Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well today. I do want to remind you to check out my podcast, Perfect Prey. I'm interviewing experts in the field, people who discuss cults, experiences of adults who, as children, experience coercive control, and of course, mothers who have had the greatest loss of their life. That's a child who's been significantly harmed by a coercive controller. And so I am here today to talk a little bit about this experience that children have and how abusers infiltrate. Our children are perfect prey, right? I mean, we were the abusers' prey. They chose us, and they certainly know how to infiltrate our children and harm our children. I call it the three I's. It's isolation, intimidation that leads to indoctrination. So, what do we do with children? We isolate them. We make them feel unsafe in their world. We make them, maybe if you're living in the home with the abuser is going to tell your child they're not safe with you. Now, again, that can show up in a variety of ways. It doesn't have to be overt, your mother or your father's unsafe. It can be something as simple as, well, mom's always tired, or she's not on her meds, so be careful, or, oh, wow, just be careful, like, be a little cautious of our mom today. She's not feeling so well. So it can be really insidious. It can come across as care and worry and concern. And then that's isolation. But let's just be clear. That also permeates other relationship dynamics, other experiences. So, oh, well, Nana used to yell a lot, or Nana knows about what happened at school last week and she's a little disappointed in you. So, how do I isolate children from their protective parts, these parts of their lives that have created really secure caretaking experiences for them where they feel safe? Now, as an abuser, I'm going to maliciously fracture that away. I'm going to take that away. Experiences. I hear this all the time. Your child loves to play the flute. The abuser wants your child to play the drums. So like there's this maneuvering where I'm going to isolate you from what you love, from what makes you feel good, from a coach that maybe is a really good influence, from your peers, from those people in your life. I'm going to have you change schools. This is a big one, right? The abuser's like, oh, my school district better. Our child should go to our school district. And the reality is that that's a way to isolate. If I can take you away from your peers, the people that matter to you, your loved ones, oh, you're going to be much easier to oppress. All of this is laden with intimidation. There's an understanding by the child. If I don't do what they tell me to do, they're going to reject me. They're going to be mad at me. It might be over aggression. It might be punishment. It might be very covert. It might be stonewalling, making a child feel like this a parent who is supposedly someone who's supposed to take care of them is not approachable, right? This child knows they're not safe. So I'm going to intimidate that child. They're just my presence in the family system. I hear this all the time from adult children where they knew that just by the way the adult victim was treated, because that adult victim maybe was acquiescing a lot, or because when there was an argument, there was an understanding of what could happen if you in some way violated the abuser. These children figure out who's more powerful. They are very intimidated by that. Many abusers are overtly aggressive, right? Like they come off as being angry and whatever. But I always say, and if you haven't, again, listened, I have a YouTube on this, but also my podcast, Perfect Prey, the lure of tweens and teens, because as soon as these kids reach tweens and teens, the abuser figures out, being authoritarian, which is like aggressive, overtly like powerful and overpowering, doesn't work as well. But what does is permissiveness. So now I'm just going to let them do whatever they want, and they're going to be drawn towards me because they're teenagers or tweens and they want to have lots of freedom and, items and gifts and all of that other stuff. So abusers figure that out, right? So now we have isolation, we have intimidation, which makes it much easier to indoctrinate you into a false narrative. So what do you have to do? Okay. You have to understand that this is going to be happening. Predict the three P's. Predict this is going to happen. It's going to. I don't care how aligned your child is to you, how clearly they see that abuser for who they are. That can be very short lived in a very quick time. These children can change on a dime. It doesn't take much. It can be a car. It can be, maybe a new step baby in the family. It can be certainly the ability to play video games and be on their phones all the time. This is like the number one thing being used all the time. I probably need to do my next YouTube just on technology and the access to it with children. We know it's extremely harmful. We know that you and the abuser came up with ideas on how to parent, and now this abuser, there is no co-parenting. There's no such thing as the coercive controller being a co-parent. There's no such thing. Understanding they're a coercive controller, their goal is to do whatever they can sadistically to hurt you. And that is, they don't care if the children are hurt in the process. So, isolation, intimidation will lead to indoctrination. You need to see it coming. You need to predict it. You need to prepare yourself. You need to be ready. If they're going to change like a sport, you've got to create more networks for that child in that new sport, more networks in that new school, whatever it is. If your abuser, I'm telling you right now that if you have a 5-year-old, by the time your child's 10, the abuser is going to make your child not want to go visit their grandparents or their aunt and uncle. You need to make sure that's happening regularly right now. So the chance of the abuser doing it, whether it's via FaceTime, in person, whatever it is, you need to make sure you're fostering those relationships now because they're going to be taken away otherwise. So I hope that's helpful. If you can predict, you can prepare, you're better able to protect. And that's, of course, our goal. Have a great day. Please remember to tune in. I will definitely do one on technology next. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.